Hey there, Shalligators. Well, today we are talking Golden Globes drama because Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez, two peas in a toxic little pod. Between Selena's gossipy meltdown that Timothée Chalamet, Kylie Jenner's boyfriend, the French cartoon mouse she dates, wouldn't take a picture with Selena. That's one thing we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about Taylor Swift being honestly a mirthless, dour, humorless bitch about literally the most innocuous joke imaginable. And this isn't the first time she's done it. It's not even the first time she's done it at the Golden Globes, which, by the way, why is she even there? I guess this year was for Eras Tour, but she goes to these award shows seemingly with the intention of getting her feelings hurt. She seems to be looking for a reason where she's going to be the victim. And if we can pull back a little, this seems to be Taylor's narrative overall. Selena's narrative is a little different. She is a sneaky little bitch who acts like she is then victimized. Like she is out there actively throwing rocks at people, and then when they have the audacity to cast her out, she's the victim. Taylor at least doesn't seem to be attacking other people, but boy oh boy, two victims, two besties. Zero surprises about this. I don't even know if I'm going to offer advice. I think I'm just going to rant because, yeah. But before we get started, head over to my Instagram and give me a follow. I give you guys some pep talks, tons of pep talks, plus some glow up advice, and my Valentine's course is coming soon. We're gonna have so much fun Valentine's content. I'm really excited for it. The theme is going to be get what you deserve. And you know what you deserve? You hot ass bitch, you deserve a better wardrobe. If you are really sick of the clothes you wear, but you're kind of running low on cash, or you're running high on ethics and you don't want to keep buying these garbage clothes, fast fashion things, join my clothing rental subscription service, XOSTYLEBOX. You can get up to 20 garments a month for $125. That's $5 a garment. You can swap as many times as you want in a month. You can keep pieces for as long as you want. And other rental services like Nuuly and Rent the Runway, you have to send everything back at once before you can get new things. Not with mine, because I found that so annoying. And these are Revolve level pieces. They're anywhere between $200 and $800. Why would you be buying these things? Take your picture, post it, thirst trap your ex, send that shit back. It's wonderful. Okay, the Golden Globes. First of all, they had someone named Joe Coy host. I have never heard of this person, and I do not trust people whose entire first and last name are two syllables. Joe Coy. What are you hiding, Joe? What are you hiding? Where's the rest of your name? Where are the rest of those syllables? Is it Josephine Koi Pond? Is that your real name? I do not know. I also don't trust people with three names. Lee Harvey Oswald, Osama bin Laden, Anna Nicole Smith, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I think I've made my point. So I don't know who Joe Coy is, but I guess he's a comedian. I'm sorry, but Tina Fey and Amy Poehler should host every single award show for the rest of time. They are so funny. Their jokes always hit, except for the time when they made a joke about Taylor Swift, and it was so innocuous. This was back in 2013, so Taylor has been on this bullshit forever. And I know I'm skipping around, I'm sorry. It was the Golden Globes. Tina Fey cracked that Taylor should stay away from Michael J. Fox's son, I guess he was there and hot or something, and use some me time to learn about herself. Okay, first of all, Taylor makes her entire persona dating, right? And she writes these songs that are amazing and we love them and blah, blah, blah. But she does this to herself. It's not like we're coming after a Nobel Science laureate and we're like, who are you fucking today? It's like, bro, you introduced this into evidence, okay? And if you're gonna do that, you gotta be able to take it. If you're gonna dish it out like that, you have to be able to take it. This is how fame works. And it kind of blows my mind that Taylor is this deep into fame, 20 years, honestly? 18 years into fame, and she's like, what? Oh my God. And so this is what Taylor said in 2013 after literally a very harmless joke. If someone had made that joke at my expense, I'm putting that in these horrible air quotes, because you can joke about my love life. I'm a dating coach, hello? I'd be like, that Michael J. Fox's son should stay away from me, I'll eat him alive. It's a joke. If you can't laugh at yourself, but we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into what it means when you encounter someone who cannot laugh at themselves. But this is what Taylor Swift said. She told Vanity Fair, there's a special place in hell for women who don't help other women. You think that Tina Fey is going to hell because she made a quip that like, uh-oh, this beautiful young bachelorette might go for another beautiful young bachelor. You think she's going to hell for that? And also, what do you mean help other women? First of all, I don't think that that's true. Please do not tell me that because I have a uterus and fallopian tubes that I am required to help every other woman I see just because like, hey, you got labia also? High five. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in America. What did he say? I dream of a future where children, whatever it is, people are judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. He didn't mention genitals, but I feel like we could extend his logic into the down there places. I will help people who I deem worthy of help, men and women. I'm not like, boo, men, and I'm not like, yay, women, no matter what kind of asshole you are. And I certainly don't feel an obligation to help every other woman. And what are you talking about? You thought Tina Fey was going to get up and perform a monologue about helping you? What kind of narcissist is Taylor Swift? What is happening here? But we need to fast forward almost 11 years. 11 years. 11 years. And she's still been doing this fuck shit. So Joe Coy, Josephine Coy Pond, made a joke, and it was dumb. It was such a dad joke. He's like, what's the difference between an NFL game and a Golden Globe? Golden Globes, there's less camera cuts to Taylor Swift. And she's like, sips her drink all passive aggressive. And her Swifties are like, it's a whole mood. It's not a whole fucking mood. It's stupid. It's juvenile. It's also pathological. Okay? What do I mean by that? I said in the beginning that there are moments when Taylor's mask slips. When this carefully curated girls, girl, bestie, squad, when that whole facade, and it is, and I will explain why, when it slips, when the filter catches, and you're like, oh, there you are, there you are. Those people don't want us to notice that. Those people want to keep up that facade. And listen, we all have facades. Facades are healthy. They're protective, you know? It's okay to have different masks that you wear as a person moving through life. We've been talking about this in the Shallon. By the way, join. If you want to meet like-minded chicks and like actually have like an amazing girl hive. I hate squad. It's so stupid. But like truly, like the coolest, funnest group chats in the entire world. There's 18 of them. Join anyone you want. All of them. Talk to me. I talk on there all day. Anyway, we talked about this in the Shallon. We are supposed to have masks to move through society. This is healthy. We have to be a different person at work than we are around our friends. We are around our dog and our boyfriend. And the women who I see struggle the most in life, who are the most unhappy, are the ones who don't really get this. And they feel like, I should be able to be just me all the time. Girl, I mean, yeah, we should all be able to just drink buffalo sauce and never feel any type of way about it and never have it affect our body. That's just not realistic. It's not realistic, okay? And the most successful people in life, they know this. And they move around with many different masks. Think of the Kardashians. Think of Kim Kardashian. She keeps an incredible social mask. She does. You don't see her lash out and freak out. She smiles, she laughs, and behind the scenes, she is probably wrecked over Kanye. And I don't know how she deals with that daughter, North. Can we talk about that for a minute? I'm sorry, this is a side thing we got to go down. Kim keeps a great mask. And she is an inspiration to me when I'm like, you know what, Shallon, not every single thing you think needs to come out of your mouth. Not every single thing. It's literally one of my resolutions. Taylor also has a mask. And she just can't help herself. She can't help herself because her mask is rooted in a personality disorder. We know that she's ruthless. We know she is incredibly revenge-oriented. We know she is competitive and hates to lose and gamifies everything, and she doesn't let shit go. And more than anything, what the Golden Globes taught us is that Taylor can't laugh at herself. And she literally never has been able to do this. Never. And she will dress this up as the patriarchy. She will. That people have always come against her and underestimated her. Let it go. You know what? Let it go, girl. You're like a billionaire. You're the most popular person on the planet. Your stans would die for you. I mean, one did. at a concert in Brazil. One did. People are obsessed with you, and her own internal monologue is always a victimhood. And when you feel like a victim, when you already feel like you're constantly under attack, I bet you can't laugh at yourself. That comes from a pathological grandiosity, which is a hallmark of sociopaths and psychopaths, but also narcissists. She could be any one of these things. She could be a mix. You know, we think personality disorders are only one or the other. No, it's a grab bag. It's a potpourri. I got a touch of all of them. So it's like, I can look at her and be like, I see what you're doing. I see it. And when that mask slips, I'm like, eye to eye. Hey, twinnie, I get it. The difference is, I can laugh at myself. I would not have lasted in this job if I can't. I'm not saying that I love every single thing people say to me. You know, I shred people to hell in the comments because I can also tell what is coming from a place of like, ha ha ha, we're all making fun together, of someone laughing with me and someone laughing at me. Taylor cannot. She cannot. And this could be a result of what Dr. Phil calls a psychological sunburn, which I think is such a great term because it's so illustrative about what this feels like. When you have a psychological sunburn and you are so sensitive about something, a normal touch shouldn't hurt. It's like, you just can't take it. You can't take it. We all know people like this who are inordinately touchy. What are those people also like? What are they like? I don't know. Do you know someone like that? Is it your mom? Is it your sister? Is it your best friend? A teammate? Someone who really, really can't take a joke. No matter how innocuous, no matter the lighthearted, frivolous spirit with which it was intended, that you just know I'm not making fun of them because I'm going to hear about it. They might be like, ha 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 ha. That smile doesn't touch their eyes. It is pure fucking daggers coming from inside. Pull back. What are some other traits about that person? Here's one. They're probably not very trustworthy. Someone like Taylor Swift can never be a true friend to someone. She can't, because she is unable to take any feedback. She is unable to drop the mask and just be who she is. I would rather her be like, I'm a fucking supervillain and no, I don't think anything's funny. Almost like Elon Musk. Great. And you know, let's say that this is the patriarchy. Men are able to be supervillains and women have to keep sweet and keep small and blah, blah, blah. And when Taylor talks about that, I'm like, yes, girl, yes, I get it. I so get it. It's like she's almost there. And you confuse those ideas, like the Barbie movie ideas, like we have to be this, but not that, and this, and too much of this, and blah, blah, blah. And we have to be all of these things wrapped in the prettiest little package. She could also just be a little less uptight and a little bit more easygoing. But she's not. And when you look at her dating history, you can't help but wonder, how does that affect it? I can tell you because I used to be like this. When I was insecure, or not even insecure, it was when I didn't feel like life was giving me my propers. You know, like I wasn't getting the accolades and the boys and the money and the this that I felt like I deserved. I deserve a parade and a Hemsworth. I deserved all these things. And I was so bitter. That yeah, I didn't take a joke well because of that psychological sunburn. I was always inflamed. I was always in attack mode because I felt like life was fundamentally attacking me. Guess the fuck what? It wasn't. And what I thought I deserved is an absolute figment of my imagination. None of us deserve shit. Okay? And when I talk about my Valentine's course, to get what you deserve, that is lesson number one. It's like you gotta dial down this entitlement, because if you come at a man with that vibe, he is going to be repulsed. I'm not saying to dial down your standards and dial down the things you want. Absolutely not. We're just not going to approach it from that angle because it's spiky and it's bitchy and it's off-putting. Now imagine dating Taylor Swift, who can act chill, chill, chill. Boom. A guy makes an offhanded comment. A guy doesn't give her her propers, doesn't worship her, doesn't text her back. I mean, I don't know if this is what goes on in her relationships. We can speculate. I can look at what happened in my relationships when I was mirroring Taylor's other behavior. People got real sick of my shit real fast. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I put on the facade of like, cool, I'm just so chill and cool. Rah! I was not chill and I was certainly not cool. I was a viper. I was a viper. And it struck out of nowhere. Guys would do something relatively minor and I would freak out and I would play the victim and then I would become a bully because that's what victims do. That's what victims do. Victims become bullies. Always. You look at the biggest bullies out there, I scratch the surface, there's a victim narrative. There is with Taylor, we talk about it constantly. She feels like the whole world is against her. It's not, dude. It's fucking not. You wouldn't have the clout you have if more people were against you than who were for you. And I remind myself of that. When the haters and the voices get loud, I'm like, they don't boo the nobodies. And the only reason they know who I am, these people who hate me, is because so many people love me. And that's why they hate me, because of how other people love me. And maybe you're sitting here and you're like, well, Shallon, that's probably why you're hating on Taylor Swift. Let me tell you something. I could give a fuck about Taylor Swift. I don't care about her at all. She makes great music. Good job. Be happy. These people are examples. They're just examples. Okay. I could talk about my friends. You don't know them. I could talk about celebrities, which are higher on the SEO list than like my friend Megan. So we have to look at like, I don't care about these people, what they do. I don't care. I care in that we can learn from them. That's why we talk about them. We can learn because we all know someone like this. So a huge red flag I want you to keep your eyes peeled for is someone who can't laugh at themselves. Those people are not going to be your friend. They're going to be a horrible boyfriend to you. A horrible, because it speaks to narcissism. Narcissism, we think of a narcissist, and there's many kinds, and there are the kind who genuinely believe they are like literally so much better than everybody else. But the majority of narcissists believe the opposite. Deep, deep down inside is a great sense of shame and unworthiness. I have no idea if this is Taylor's pathology, but based on outcomes, maybe. Because what that kind of narcissist will do, they're like a big, big balloon, like the thinnest balloon ever in a cactus field. And they cannot even like, boop, come up against something sharp because they'll explode. And it's over. They're very fragile. And they cannot risk a joke at their expense. They cannot even conceptualize going down the road of making fun of themselves. That's what someone does who has a surplus of self-esteem. They have a deficit. So no, they're not gonna actually make fun of themselves. No. No. And you fucking better not either. Or they will turn on you. And the things that narcissists do, the big thing they do, first they love bomb, right? We know that. Then they devalue. When you slip a toe out of line, and that affects them because everything affects them because it's their world. You're just living in it. Everyone is a character in their play. They cannot comprehend that everyone has their own play. No, there's just one play and it's theirs. When you go off script and say something they don't approve of that might upset their extremely fragile ego in that cactus field, you're fucking done. They will say there is a place in hell for you. That's some extreme behavior. That's an extreme statement. She wasn't 14 when she said it. She was like 25, 24. She was an adult, full-grown adult. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Her behavior last night at the Golden Globes or the other night, crazy in its extremity. Crazy. And I guarantee when she re-records her Reputation album that's coming out, you mark my words, there will be a reference to this. You mark my words. Somewhere in the next few months, maybe it's in a song, maybe it's on Instagram, it will be somewhere, she will reference this. 100%. I bet my house on it. Because it hurts her that much. Because her sunburn is that bad. Her sunburn is that bad. Again, imagine dating this person. Where, God forbid, you do one bad thing. They're coming after you. Conversely, let's look at Jennifer Lawrence, who mouthed into the camera, if I don't win, I'm leaving. I love her. She is a smoke show. She could be an uppity little bitch because she is a 10.5. And she's just always been that down, chill girl, like genuinely funny. Now, some of her humor veers a little into like the fart joke thing. It's not really my jam. But she's always like chill. She seems to be enjoying herself. She seems to be enjoying her life. You know? Taylor, a lot of times, but then there are those moments when the mask slips and you're like, oh, okay. So now we must pivot to Selena Gomez. I think we all know how I feel about Selena. Poorly. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. First of all, I think you can tell exactly, you know everything you need to about a celebrity based on their fans. Britney Spears fans are absolutely unhinged. Look who their idol is. Selena Gomez fans are psychotic. You guys are literally such losers. The way you like come in my DMs and I hope you die and your mom should have had an abortion. Look at how you're living your life. I mean, really look at yourself, for God's sakes. I don't know why your parents didn't love you for you to turn out like this, but I know why every other person you've encountered after that doesn't like you. It's because of your own behavior. And I don't know what your boner is for Selena Gomez. I don't know if you've latched onto her and Justin in like the before times of your own life, before your life went to shit. And if you can like get Selena into like whatever, the White House, I don't even know what your goal is for your weird fandom. Then like your life will rewind before things got bad. Go to therapy. There's something really wrong with you people. Really, really wrong. And people can trash the Kardashians. I don't hear shit from their fandom. I really don't. Like, I have never heard of any Kardashian stan. Like, what do they even call themselves? It's interesting. Anyway, because Selena. So her big issue or fiasco at the Golden Globes, was she nominated for something? I don't know. Why was she there? I don't know. Maybe she had a reason. I do not know what it is. I choose not to learn these things. A lip reader figured out that she like slithered back over to Taylor Swift and apparently said something like she asked Timothée Chalamet for a photo with him, and apparently either he said no or Kylie Jenner said no. And Taylor goes, oh, what? And then what is Miles Teller's wife's name? Is it Kaylee? Kelly? There's so many vowels. I cannot make sense of it. I think her name is Kelly. Was like, with Timothy? No, what? And there's so much to unpack here. There's literally so much to unpack. First things first. On its face, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird he wouldn't take a picture with Selena. And like, that's a little petty of Kylie to say no if it did indeed, those orders came on high from her. But then I realized, no, it isn't. Because who is Selena constantly taking shots at? Oh yeah, Hailey Baldwin, AKA Hailey Bieber, Justin's wife, Kylie's best friend. So to me, gang, good for you, Kylie. I define friendship as, listen, if I have an enemy, that's now your enemy too. Unless you have a very specific reason why that chick isn't your enemy, she's now yours. And I am a rider. If my friend's like, I don't like that bitch, I'm like, me neither. You don't have to tell me twice. We're done. That is how I define friendship. Because I only hang out with alpha females. And if they have a problem with someone, there is a good reason. They're not like, she's too pretty. I'm like, what? I wouldn't be friends with someone who didn't like another woman out of jealousy. I'm friends with women who they choose their enemies. Pick your battles? Oh, they do. And I'll pick the same ones. Great, let's do it. And so I like that about Kylie. And Kylie gets dragged into this shit too. And she's like, what? You know, she gets dragged into all this. And Kylie really does keep a very low profile. She's not out, she's not at clubs. She's not dating a bunch of people. Like she keeps a very low profile. She's got 2 kids, for God's sakes. So it's like, don't drag her into this. Hailey also keeps a low profile. Like only Selena is stirring the pot and causing drama. But guess what? Is the bully the victim? Yes, correct. Shocker, the bully is in fact the victim. Selena has responded to this. She tweeted out or commented with the lip reading thing, no, I told Taylor about 2 of my friends who hooked up. Not that that's anyone's business. Liar. we see Kelly Sperry, Keely, whatever her name is, go, no, with Timothy? So hold on, you problematic weirdo. She just made this infinitely worse by implying that someone hooked up with Timothy. So now, is she implying that Timothy is cheating on Kylie? What a bitch she is. Either she is so dumb that she didn't realize what a problematic rumor that was to kind of put out there, because we see the lip reading, we can see it. Kelly was like, with Timothy? That's who they were talking about. Not a lot of words look like Timothy. Abernathy. Nothing looks like Timothy from a lip reading standpoint. So now the rumor is Timothy's cheating. She is a piece of work. She is a piece of work. Timothy was asked about it, and he was very diplomatic and chill, as only a French cartoon mouse could be. So TMZ was like, are you and Selena cool? And he said, yeah, of course. Does Selena and Kylie have any beef? Is that outrageous? And Timothy's like, no, they're all good. That is exactly what not just a celebrity, but what a boyfriend should say. Okay? A boyfriend should be out in front of his woman being like, nope, we're shutting this down. Nope, we're not going further down this. You're not dragging my girlfriend into this. I will put myself out there and be like, hey, everything's fine because I'm protecting my woman. I love that about Timothy. I never thought, oh my God, what is this? Or is this the beginning of a crush? Maybe it's just gas. I don't know. Ooh, feels weird. Selena is absolutely insane for trying to get a picture with Timothy. Why do you need a picture with him? Why do you need a picture, Selena? So you can post it and the whole internet can go wild. Feud over with Kylie and Hailey. Or see how mean Kylie and Hailey are to Selena. She just wants to be friends with everybody. No, she doesn't. That girl has nothing but motives. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. She's the girl who acts like she's so cool. She will try to suck your boyfriend's dick the second you're out of the room. She is not your friend. She's not your friend. And I feel sorry for Kylie for being put in that position and making it look like, ooh, she's this petty shrew who won't let her boyfriend take a picture. And maybe that's not true. Maybe he was just like, no. Maybe he knows perfectly well what kind of person Selena is. But I think Selena is so snaky for even trying to get one. There is nothing in her motives that were pure. Nothing. So good for Kylie and good for Timothy. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Here's the next thing to unpack. The fact that she scuttled back to her squad of Taylor and Kelly Sperry, whatever her name is, Miles Teller's wife. This is what blew my mind. The fact that Taylor and Kelly were like, oh, he wouldn't take a picture with you? What kind of circle jerk of delusionality are these women in? Of course he wouldn't. Of course Kylie doesn't like her. If I were friends with Selena, and she's like, wait a minute, the boyfriend of this girl who I've been tangentially harassing, or at the very least, the boyfriend of the girl whose best friend I hate with the fire of 1,000 suns, doesn't want to be my friend, I'd be like, yeah, dude, why did you go over there? I wouldn't be like, what? What? You're kidding me. I would be like, girl, yeah, the lines are drawn, that's kind of the natural collateral damage. You don't get to be friends with whoever these girls date. They don't like you. And that man belongs to her. That man belongs to Kylie, who belongs to Hailey. That's the side he's on. Would you want Benny Blanco taking a picture, who looks like Andre the Giant, with Hailey? Probably not. And I think it's so insane that Taylor and Kelly were just as delusional about this as Selena was. And that tells me those two women, snakes. Because they clearly didn't have this moment of girl, just, you gotta kind of understand why, right? They were like, oh, that is wild to me. That's wild. And this was a candid moment. They were genuinely didn't understand why Kylie and Timothy want nothing to do with Selena. I don't really know what conclusions to draw about that behavior. I could, I guess, if I sat and thought about it for a few more minutes, but it's just, to me, it's delusional, and it is once again a victim narrative. It is a victim narrative. It's a victim narrative. I detest victims. I find them just so off-putting. I would rather, I've said this before, be around the braggiest douchebags known to man than a victim. Give me 1,000 Elon Musks, okay? Versus one Taylor or one Selena. At least with someone who's braggy, they could be inspiring. You could learn something from them. They're also happy. Now there's that insecure bragging, right? But then there's like, and I know it's a truism, like the people who are truly happy. Okay, all right, that's fine. You're done. Clocking out for the day. The people who are truly happy, they don't need to brag. But let's just say that they did. Okay, let's say that really happy people did need to brag and like throw out the kind that are like really insecure. Again, I'd rather be around those people who are like, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. Everything is great. My boyfriend is so hot. Go look at him. My body, I'm feeling good. Been in the gym. I'd rather be around that person like, everyone's against me again. Did you hear that joke Timothy made about me? And Timothy wouldn't let me take a picture. Get out of here. Those people pull you down. And they make you think that they are a real girl's girl. They make you think that because they're like, bleh, they're info dumping. Which could also be construed as kind of a love bomb. Women bond by complaining, you know, and sharing our heartbreak stories and whatever. And when you meet a girl who's like, blah, 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 my trauma, my breakup, my this, my that, we can be inclined to think, oh, she really wants to bond with me. She really wants to like be my bestie. No, she doesn't. The way a man who love bombs you doesn't actually want a partner. He wants a little minion. Because they're both narcissists. And what does a narcissist do? Devalue you. When you are no longer of use to them, you're done. Devalue. When you go against the narrative, when you go against what they want, it doesn't really matter what you want. When you go against what they want, watch the fuck out. Watch out. And it's weird. They will pursue these victim narratives like to their own doom. To their own doom. Look at Taylor with Kanye versus Kim, or Taylor versus Kanye and Kim. She rode that till the wheels fell off, and holy shit, did they ever. That was catastrophic. But of course, she played the victim, even though she was the one who relentlessly brought it up. She's still bringing it up. Kim spoke on it once, done. Selena and Justin, hello? Like the never-ending victim narrative. It will never end. Selena will be 80 years old and liking mean tweets about Hailey Baldwin. It goes on and on and on. And you know, I've known a lot of these people. I've been one. I think we can all veer into that place at some point in our life when we genuinely do feel victimized, and maybe we were in life, and it's okay. It's okay to wallow. I'm not telling you to gloss over your problems and I'm okay. Wallow, but for a finite amount of time. And after the wallowing, let there be some data gathering. How did I contribute to this? And maybe how you contributed was just ignoring red flags. What you permit, you promote. You didn't have enough boundaries. You didn't communicate effectively. You were drawn to the chaos because that means you didn't have to think about what was actually chaotic in your life. Your job, your body, your family, whatever. Get curious, not furious. You know, I always say that. People like Taylor, people like Selena do not do this. They don't do this. And you could say, well, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You're right, but we know what goes on at the Golden Globes. And based on their behavior in public, I think we can exactly do the math behind the scenes. They're not doing that internal work. They are looking for reasons to always be the victim. You will find this as a truism with people who are mirthless, unable to take a joke, unable to be at all self-deprecating, and have an extremely rigid yet fragile view of themselves. And if you do not relentlessly and boisterously support this concept that they have of themselves, you are fucking dead to them. And actually, you're not just dead. There's a special place in hell for you. I want to know what you guys have to say about this. like I said, not a lot of advice, mostly just a rant. We are going to be back with a video on how to spot a predator. We're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein, like nothing gross. But predators do 4 things. There is a trajectory of 4 things that they do. So I'm going to break down what those things are so you can look out for them and avoid predators in your own life. Like I said, follow me on Instagram for some pep talks every day, some life advice, some manifestation advice, because I'm super into that. Some special offers for XOSTYLEBOX, which is my clothing rental subscription service. If you want to glow up your wardrobe for the new year, try some new styles without getting committed to them. It's basically be a clothing slut. Just get out there and try a whole bunch of things. But actually, it'll elevate your reputation, not bring it down. Okay, Shalligators, I'll see you next time.